Here, I want to pot up some of these cuttings. They definitely have rooted. This is a Lacanosa silver. Very cute. Nice roots. The mother plant is beautiful. I'll include a picture. She is full. Okay, these scissors are terrible. I'll be right back. I gotta find my clippers. So look at all of these. For every one of these test tubes was cutting of the Lacanosa silver. So look at the roots on this. Can you see that? Bring it down just a bit. Just your point of view. Okay, so there you go. This is just to show you how well these rooted. I'll put the date that we started these cuttings on the screen, so I would have to refer to that video. So this Vivo Sun clipper is my favorite. I'm gonna order some more of these. I have another brand that's kind of cheapy. Don't really like that one. But look at the roots. Wow. It's rooted really, really well. So I can make several plants here, several pots of the Lacanosa. It grows very quickly and beautifully in vines. I don't know if you want it on a trellis. Mine is just hanging plant, not a hanging plant, it's on a shelf, but it trails. Oops. So I saved all the water because we're going to use that water in the new substrate we put it in. And right now I'm still trying to decide what that's going to be. Okay. This looks like it was starting another little branch right there. Beautiful roots on these. I got some more of this cocoa peat and perlite. You see that? Bring that up a little. Cocoa peat and perlite, and I'm just going to add it to that mix. You've seen that video the other day. I combined some of this and also an orchid mix. It was super chunky, and this is for my props for the shop and some of my houseplants that I'm going to be repotting soon. So I was just looking, and I just wanted to add a little bit more of the cocoa peat because some of the propagations I put in this mix are drying out like really fast. So I just want to put a little bit more of this cocoa peat in here. So hopefully it'll retain a little bit more moisture for me. Not too much, but just enough so that they're not drying out too fast. And so I'm going to go ahead and add that in. Just some, not a lot. Okay. That'll be enough for now. Let's mix that up. So yeah, I think I'm going to put them in these little 5-ounce cups. I think they're 7-ounce cups, sorry, 7-ounce. So that as they trail over until they find a home, they won't fall out of the pots. I'll use my mix, my soilless mix. Okay, as usual, I changed my mind and did something different than I said originally. I decided to go ahead and put these in these little cups so that they can root up some more, get a nice little root system. By the time they find a home, and they get potted in whatever customer likes to pot them in, pot them up in. They should be rooted really well. So of course they got a little sprinkle of the great white. Right, I'm gonna leave that. So I have 3 cuttings in this one little pot. I'm trying to be generous with these. Now, if the stem is too long to fit in the little ones, then I'll go ahead and use a bigger cup. This one's pretty long. So this one may get a 7-ounce cup, just so those roots can spread out and the plant hopefully will stay put. The rest of these are not that long a stem. Maybe I'll put these 2 together. How about that? And these grow like a weed, as I said before. So we'll see about putting those 2 together like that. And then we have some shorter ones. It's a beautiful day. It's a little hot today compared to what we've been getting around here. We had some cooler weather come through, welcomed cooler weather, because my gosh, that heat was getting to be a bit much. All right, I'm just going to put these 2 little cuttings in this cup so they get a little sprinkle.
A few moments later.
You know, the top heavy cuttings that I have. They're very viney, they can fall out. All right, so we got quite a few here. 1, 2, this one, 3. So it has this little trailing part. It's gonna start growing like crazy. And then this one here, it's very pretty. All right, so these are all Laganosa silver. And let's see what else we have. I want to water these in. I went and added just a teeny bit of Super Thrive to these guys. I'll let the substrate get nice and wet, and then I'll chop some holes in the bottom and give them an outer cup. All right, so let's let these sit there and get nice and saturated. So basically you want to, for those of you who haven't done this, I know most of you are familiar, but I'm not going to leave this much water in here. I'm just letting it get good and wet, because you want to have a nice wet environment, being that these were rooted in water. You know, you keep it pretty moist for a while, and then you can start pulling back on that. Okay, so yeah, not too much, just to keep it moist so they don't dry out. Those roots were used to the water. That's basically what I am trying to say. All right, let's give this one a little bit more. I'm going to set them aside. And then when I cut the little holes in the bottom, all that extra fluid will come out. Let it drain out, and then I'll give it an outer cup. Just stick that leca in there. And this bark, stick that in there. Okay, so these are going to be nice little plants. I'll give them a few weeks before listing. Let them grow in some more. Put them in a bin, prop bin. This is nicely rooted. Silver mint coin. This is another one. You have to stay on top of the water. Some of these leaves look a little dehydrated. Excuse me, guys. I'm sorry. That time of year. Fall is beautiful, but I get some allergies that flare up during this time of the year. the only drawback, because I have everything open and I just love that I can open a window and all. All right, so this is just making it in here. So let's go ahead and fill that up. Be right back. This one I won't sell right away. I want to make sure these leaves don't continue to be dehydrated looking. Some of them are. This Lacanosa silver mint coin is tricky sometimes. I find in self-watering it does best for me. But when I took the cuttings, I don't know, I think I did take the cuttings when the plant was hydrated. But yeah, these leaves are a little funny sometimes. So you want to make sure they're well watered so they don't get that dehydrated look. So I'll hold on to, I just dumped that, I could have used them. I'll hold on to that plant for a while to see when it looks like it's thriving and growing nicely, then I'll make it available. Now this is the reverted, inner variegated Lacanosa. Yes, reverted, but if you give them enough light, put it right under the grow lights or in a very bright window, the variegation will come back in the new growth. So I think I'm just going to pot this up together. So I have 3 of these to put in one pot. And yeah, and sit it right under the grow lights. See if we can get that to return to a variegated plant. I wanted to show you the color on the underside of these leaves. And here's the front. I think it's beautiful even though it's reverted. I still think it's cute. I love the abs on these plants. It's so cute. Yeah, this might work. I tell you, it's going to outgrow this very fast. But that's fine, because I know you guys, when you purchase, you like to repot into your own substrate. So by the time I sell this off, it'll be ready for that. Okay, so the last one I think I'm going to do is this Kalina. I love these leaves and I so want to get it back in the window where the mother plant is growing. Look at the back of the leaves. I do love this Kalina. It's in, the mother's in self-watering, and she's got a west-facing window that she sits in, and she gets a touch of color. It's looking beautiful.
A few moments later.
This has been in the pot for more than a week. It's in that mix that you saw me make. Hopefully you saw it. There's more light. So this is Hoya L, and it looks like it's taken to it very well. Then I have a mixed pot of Comengiana, the elbow, and the regular. And again, this was maybe 2 weeks now. So here in this bin, you can see a lot of Polynura. These are already listed. And the roots made it to the bottom of this. There we go, you see a little bit of root action. And it has a new growth point behind that leaf there. I don't know if you could see that. This one's already listed on the shop. I believe this one as well. I like the variegation on this one. Or the splash, whatever. Whatever you call it. And here's the inner. Listed. Another one. Listed. And here I didn't list this yet. I'm waiting to see what happens with the new leaves. This is a brogette. I haven't listed that yet. And this one, I'm giving it time. A little more time. You see that stem went yellow. So yeah, I'm giving this one a little bit more time. I think it's light. It needs to be watered. This is going to give it some time, but there's new growth already. This is the Asami cutting. Here's another one. Look at this new growth. I tell you. Lacanosa is the way to go. All new growth here. This one will probably get listed first because she's moving. Here's an L that's looking a little dehydrated, so we're going to water that. Croniana silver, and then this one is the Comengiana elbow. Here's a nice pot of the Croniana silver. So yeah, these are coming along. Let me see if there's anything else. So here are the bin of babies that I just put together. A lot of, this is a silver mint coin, and this here is the Lacanosa mint. That is so long. I'm gonna have to chop her, I think. Then you have the reverted Lacanosa. It's supposed to be the inner variegated. Here's a Bella. And these guys, I'm trying to figure out how to make them face the right direction. The Kalinas. A little lopsided. I'm hoping it'll turn to the light. Here's another Kalina. This here is a Croniana silver. She's already got a little trailing going on there. So yeah, very silver in here, except for the Kalina, the outer variegated Bella.